In this Jedi Survivor video, we will be exploring the secrets of the menus in this game. Using a free cam tool, we will be exploring the various parts of the game that are just menus, but we're able to explore the environment and go out of bounds. Before we do get into this video though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates on this game, as well as more episodes in this exploration series. In this series, I go out of bounds across the planets of Jedi Survivor, but this time we will be exploring the menus because there are some interesting things to see. Let's get started with the main menu, and we have this incredible backdrop of Coruscant and the Jedi Temple. Now, we did explore this partially in the previous episode on Coruscant, when we fully explored Coruscant as a level, but we didn't get a chance to properly explore this area of Coruscant due to the fact that it was just in a cutscene. So now we can spend more time taking a look at all of the details around this part of the game, which is the main menu, and just look how incredibly detailed the Jedi Temple is. And what I found really interesting, a friend of mine pointed out that the Jedi statues at the front of the temple have been replaced with Sith obelisks. So that is a really nice attention to detail that has been made there for this game. In case you missed my previous episode, which I definitely urge you to check out, this is the Lambda class shuttle, which we can go up close to, which is potentially the Emperor's, because this is his palace after all. Here we have the Jedi Council chambers. We go all the way down and see there is nothing inside the temple, of course. Just look at all this traffic. So it basically goes up to here and then just goes straight through and despawns, whereas this stuff actually goes on for, well, look how long this goes on to. It goes up to here and then zooms off and despawns. So of course this area, which is closer to the camera for the main menu, is way more detailed than if we go further out. But let's do that. Let's just go all the way over here and see this humongous building. Look at that, it's so big despite being so far out from the main area, and we can just keep on going. There are still buildings all the way right up to the edge of this level, and whoa, even more spawned in for a little moment. This is the skybox here, which just looks stunning, and we're losing frames, but that's because we are rendering so much of Coruscant. Just look at that. We're dropping down from 144 to 40 to 50 FPS. It's crazy, but it's the best I can do, and we've got aliasing going on and then some other artifacting with the lighting, but I don't care, we're just going to keep on going. Look at that, that is incredible, isn't it? And it just keeps going. Here's the edge, let's go to the edge. There we go. Whoa, lots of performance loss there, but we'll keep going back now. Let's try and claim some performance back. I do like the skybox has buildings of Coruscant in the distance to make it seem like there are buildings just far off into the distance. There is the star of Coruscant, and then we can go down here. Let's take a right actually and go. These are two holes that take us down several levels to 1313 and beyond. Some buildings have just been placed in between these blocks, so they just clip in like that. This one just goes all the way down. I think this is the one that's actually used in the game for the cutscene and whatnot. Yeah, it is. Oh, wait, actually, no. Yeah, I think it is. I don't think it's that one. Can't quite remember, but either way, it doesn't really matter. They're basically the same. We can go and take a look at some of the incredible detail on some of these buildings that we can't actually get close to, but they still look pretty good. It is amazing to see it from this angle. I'd love to have seen more Coruscant in this game, but I think they did it justice, that's for sure. And here's seeing loads of the traffic, just like in Attack of the Clones. And this is just one last aerial view of Coruscant. You can see just how incredibly large this is for the cutscenes and the menu to try and give us a sense of scale. It is humongous. Let's now use free cam on the workbench. So this is what it looks like when Cal is going to choose what to pick to customize. Now if we select blaster and we go down a few of these and a few of these and a few of these and then go into free cam, we can see that there are loads of grips just floating in the air, as you'd expect. Same with the barrels. Look at all those lined up. Moving on to the lightsaber, so let's just randomly select the grip, for example, and then go into FreeCam, and we can see that's how they line up. All of these lightsaber parts just floating and then load in as you scroll through the menu. Here it is on the blade selector screen. As for BD1, we can see the various parts floating just like the other sections in this game. The legs floating is pretty funny, all the way up here. Let's now take it to the meditation menu, and this is where it's going to get quite interesting. If we go into FreeCam here, we can leave the area if we wish to do so. As you can see, most of the playable world does not render in when you're inside a building or when you're in meditation mode. Let's start with the stances submenu. Unfortunately, the FreeCam does not work in the stances and perks submenu. Let's go into training, and as you can see, we are able to explore the Force Tiers section of the training menu. So now, let's go into FreeCam and properly explore this area. Wow, look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? So much detail went into this section of the game. We can go all the way down here. We can go under this section, which is see-through from this side. Let's go further out and see what we can see. What's interesting is that this shattered moon is the shattered moon from the game's story. And whoa, that is pretty cool. So we get a lighter blue when we leave this area, it's no longer black, and look at those venators. Here is a close look at the venators that you may not have noticed if you weren't paying attention to the training section, but yep, they are right there. Unfortunately, I can't quite get a great look at them up close because it changes to being so dark and we lose a lot of the detail doing that, but nevertheless. And below here is some rocks. Wait, this is the skill tree section. So this is actually under the training section. So yeah, as you can see, wait, there's a second shattered moon. So this is just the skill tree parts of the game, and it's below the training section, basically. That's how they load it in. It's very cool to see, isn't it? All this great detail. So much work went into modelling all of this stuff and texturing it and whatnot. It's such an awesome design. I love the aesthetic of this, of these menus. If we go really far out, we can see the skybox is just like a sunset with a star field. So 2 shattered moons, 3 venators, skill tree, and the actual training arena section. Now let's take a look at the skill tree menu itself. And wow, there we go. We can get a much better look at the skill tree menu up close. Look at the incredible detail that went into crafting this. It's so cool. It presents some great photo opportunities with Cal here using this FreeCam tool. And there is the customization menu, which we knew is close, but it's fun to see it in a different perspective, just how close it is. We'll get to that later in full. It is interesting that Cal's face is not rendered in the customization menu when you are inside the skill tree menu. But yeah, this is really, really awesome. And we can go further down here and just explore. Here's a bunch of the water. It's not that deep. It's pretty shallow. And the Force Tiers, the Void as it's called in the files. It's so interesting. It looks so cool. And there is just this bit of smoke, some visual effects going on here. Right off to the side, whereas it's mostly in this area. And there is a shattered moon. Pretty cool to see it, like, up close with all of the debris and whatnot. Is there anything under the map? Doesn't appear to be. It's hard to see because it's so dark, but now I've lost my place. Uh-oh. Let me reset. Okay, now I've reset. Yeah, I can't quite see anything under the map. Yeah, I don't think there is anyway, but I've lost myself again. How about we select one of the skill trees and go into FreeCam and take a look around. As you can see, the icons are overlaid onto the screen, so unfortunately we can only see these lines here and the text above it, and we can't get rid of the skill icons, but nevertheless we get to see the stone tablets hovering, floating, like so. It's such an awesome menu, isn't it? The designers did an incredible job just making this so awesome. Into the pause menu now, and we can go into free cam and see that it's the same area as the skill tree, but just with the menu overlaid onto it. Now if we switch over to customization, this is where it gets pretty fun. As you can see, this is what we just saw. This is the customization section. Hello, Cal. The skill tree is just here, just deactivated, as you'd expect. So there's basically no difference between the skill tree level menu as this customization screen. Now, if we do select some customization options, so for example, if we choose the hair, it's loaded in just like that, which is pretty cool. You can see it from behind as well. The effect of this, like it's glass and whatnot, is really cool. Let's do it with some clothes. Let's select the Outrider costume, and then there we go. I do love how this menu is not a traditional sort of menu. It's really well done. And as you can see, those are the costumes floating in the air. If we hide the UI, for abilities, it's the same as other menus. Unfortunately, it's just overlaid on top, so no difference there. Same with the data bank and the tactical guide as well. Let's select the gardening map. So how about we go into free cam, and you can see this is overlaid on top. And now for the holo table with free cam. And so we can move around like that without free cam, and now we can use free cam, and oh, it basically freezes on screen. It's like overlaid onto the screen and makes Cal go into a shadow. Yeah, so you can see the hologram effect is there, but it's not like a real hologram. It doesn't actually project it out of the table. It's just, it's a UI feature, I suppose, so should have expected this, but there you go. Same goes for the holo map. You can see here that it's just displayed on the screen. Very similar situation with the jukebox menu. The shops are also the same. Let's go over to Holo Tactics now. The game's in play, but we were able to go around. Oh, the hologram basically disappears if you look from behind. Or, yeah. From any other angle, it's fine though. Okay, that was one for another time. We'll explore Kobo fully in a future video, but that was interesting to see. What was the most interesting part of this video to you? Let me know down in the comment section below. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos like this one. Drop a like to help support the channel. And if you did miss any of my previous videos, make sure you do click on the playlist on screen right now. And I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.